What benefits in terms of economic development have you seen from new businesses in the crypto industry who are locating in Nebraska? Can you expand upon some of the things you were talking about before, please?
Absolutely. We've actually seen significant...
I think I have the microphone.
Thank you, Senator. Absolutely. We've actually seen significant benefits from this industry to date, mostly from tax revenues and then job creation. And again, those are very good paying jobs, particularly in rural areas of Nebraska. The tax revenues for the state and local political subdivisions, we've seen just for one crypto mining facility in Nebraska, $1.6 million in state sales tax over a 12-month period. And during that same time frame, $3.8 million for the local taxing authorities. That enables infrastructure investments in the host communities. In fact, due to those increased tax revenues, that Nebraska community has been able to make significant enhancements to its regional municipal airport to attract commercial air service to the community, which is important not only from a quality of life perspective for the residents there, but also for recruiting additional economic development prospects to the area.
And would it was also fair to say that also helps keep property taxes down?
Absolutely, and that's certainly a concern in the state of Nebraska. Those sales tax revenues help every resident of the state on their property tax bill.
Are you hearing from companies that want to locate their crypto industry in the state of Nebraska, have expressed an interest in moving?
We certainly are, and there's a great deal of interest, due in large part, as you mentioned, to the low rates that we have, but also to the rate designs that we've put in place. And our customers, both rural public power districts and municipalities, are eager to host these opportunities, again, because of the tax benefits and the good paying jobs that they bring. Nebraska is also rather unique because we've historically had additional capacity available. We're the country's largest irrigator, thanks to the Ogallala Aquifer, and many irrigation wells have been converted to electric from diesel. This load, while large, is seasonal. So 2 to 3 months out of the year, during the summer, those irrigation wells demand a lot of electricity. But the remainder of the year, we have additional capacity to spare.
All right, great. One of the things that's been mentioned here today is the impact of these facilities on emissions, that crypto assets, mining businesses are responsible for increasing fossil fuel use and driving up greenhouse gas emissions. Ms. Dentlinger, my understanding is that Nebraska Public Power District is leading the way in the development and deployment of new clean energy technology, such as supporting a regional hydrogen hub, you mentioned that in your opening remarks, and supporting deployment of carbon capture technologies, which you also mentioned. Can you tell us a little bit more about the role new industries play in supporting clean energy technology and adoption in Nebraska?
Yes, load growth creates opportunities. And as you mentioned, we're exploring a number of those currently. We're in the process of developing our integrated resource plan, and new load means an opportunity for additional generation resources, and clean energy technologies would be part of those additions. In fact, any new generation resources we deploy would have a lower carbon footprint. Loads with higher load factors, such as crypto mining, which means they're utilizing electricity at steady rates rather than ramping up and down, can produce more constant revenue streams, which in turn can help finance those clean energy technology deployments.
So just to kind of simplify this a little bit for me, is it fair to say that if you and your community have a cryptocurrency or crypto asset generating facility that is creating more demand for electricity, and because of the scales in utility generation, you can actually help reduce the utility bills for other customers? Is that fair?
So we work very hard to make sure that we're not shifting costs among various types of customer classes. We certainly are not subsidizing crypto. But because those mining operations, again, are so stable in the usage of electricity, it actually helps systemically for those costs that we do socialize to bring the cost down for every user.
Yeah, so because you've got, again, that consistent demand, you can keep it relatively, other people's rates relatively lower. Is that fair?
Yes, consistent usage 24/7 can actually be the most efficient use of electric infrastructure.
All right, great, thank you. Mr. Carper.